All right, so if you guys are looking for the best tips and strategies on finding the best quality manufacturers, this is the perfect video for you. My name is Trevin Peterson. I'm a full-time seven-figure Amazon seller. I'm gonna show you guys proof right here inside my screen. This is my second account that is doing just under $60,000 per month. And my main account is doing just over $60,000. So we are doing over $120,000 when you add up the Canadian marketplace as well, selling products on Amazon. So we have quite a bit of experience when it comes to sourcing and manufacturing products. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down tips and strategies. We're also going to hear from one of my students who's going to give us a golden nugget of how to build better relationships with suppliers. So that's how we're going to start off the video. We're going to listen to him. So let's get into it. All right. So Nick and I were just talking and he just gave me a little golden nugget, a little hack on his suppliers. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with your supplier.
Yeah, I mean, it just started as like a casual conversation on Alibaba. We were like putting together a product. They sent some samples. They were great, but then we just ended up developing like a personal relationship. And we text all the time. I have him on WhatsApp. I follow him on Instagram, and we play video games together now. Like, he's a cool guy.
What kind of video games do you guys play?
We play, my favorite game is Apex Legends, so we play that. And then we're like always brainstorming about like new products, because like he wants to bring business to his supplier. He's obviously in charge of sales there. So we're always like brainstorming new products that we can start, new colors, that sort of thing. So he's become like a real partner in the business.
Dude, that is amazing. So for you guys that are looking to build relationships with suppliers, you got to take his advice. You got to build that friendship, that relationship, and you guys work together. It's a win-win. If you're making money, he's making money.
Exactly.
And so that's an awesome relationship. Crazy that you're playing video games with your supplier. Incredible. All right, so this is Supplier Goals. To play video games with your supplier. His English is kind of bad, but they have a fantastic friendship relationship, which is helping them both grow together. And that is the first strategy, first tip that you guys need to understand when sourcing and manufacturing products, is the person that you're talking to on the other side of the computer is a real human with real feelings, real emotions. They have a soul, they have a heart. And so treat them like that. And if you can do that, you're going to build a great long-term relationship, and it's going to be a win-win situation for the both of you. So I loved hearing from Nick how he was able to do that. And not only does he have a great relationship, but what that does is he's going to get the best prices. He's going to get the best quality. He's going to get notified when there's a new trend or a new product, because the supplier wants him to win, because if he wins, the supplier is going to win. And as friends, we want to help one another win. So build that relationship. Absolutely love that from Nick. We're going to now dive into my screen, and I'm going to talk about a few other tips and strategies when it comes to just finding best manufacturer possible. But that is the first thing that I want you guys to have at the forefront of your mind, is build a great relationship. That's going to pay dividends in the long run. But we're going to come over here. We're going to dive into my screen, and we're going to go to a site called ALIBABA.com. This is where we can manufacture and source all of our products. And this is where Nick actually met his supplier, was through ALIBABA.com. And now a couple months into his business, he's built a fantastic relationship that is going to help him down the road when he starts launching more and more products. So what you're going to do is, when it comes to sourcing a product, you obviously need to find one. So if you guys haven't found a product, you guys can click on a playlist right here or down below. I have a complete there's like 50 videos where I break down product research that you guys can go watch. So first, find a product. Once you have a product in mind, you're going to come to Alibaba and you're going to search it. Right here, I'm going to search for the product shoe shelves. So I'm addicted to buying shoes right now. And so that's just what's on the forefront of my mind. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to sell a product, shoe shelves. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to search it, and you're going to see that there are tons of different options of different types of shelves, wall shelves, floating shelves, actual like organizing shoe organizers, like shoe racks, all sorts of different stuff. And so what I'm going to do is, right here on the left-hand side, there's just a few things that you can go in and check off to make sure that you're finding the best manufacturer. So right here, if you come to this left-hand corner to supplier features, you're going to see trade assurance, you're going to see verified supplier, you're going to see verified pro supplier, and then you're going to see 1 hour response time. For me, the must is Alibaba trade assurance. So you're going to click on this little checkbox, and what that is doing is that's going to give you insurance on your orders. So trade assurance just basically means that if you order a product and something goes wrong, you're basically going to be insured. And so anybody that's not using trade assurance, well, they might have the intent to rip you off. But if they have trade assurance, well, they obviously want to give you the best product because they don't want any chargebacks. They don't want to have to refund you a bunch of money when they gave you a bunch of product. So trade assurance is something that's an absolute must. So when you're going to finding manufacturers, click trade assurance. And as you can see, it filtered out and gave me a list of other suppliers. The next thing that you can look at is a verified supplier or verified pro supplier. For me, this is not an absolute must, but it is an additional feature and criteria that's going to whittle out 100 suppliers to maybe 50. And those 50 went through the process to actually get verified, which means that they actually care. They're a legitimate business. The people that you're working with takes things seriously. And so that is why you could come right here and you could click verified supplier. And then if you want to take it a step further, you could do verified pro supplier. So I'm not going to do this right now, but that is another thing that you can do for finding a great manufacturer. The next thing is you could click on the 1 hour response time. So what this is doing is it's showing you the suppliers that respond quickly. And why this is important is communication. So we talked about building a relationship and having that kind of one-on-one connection. Having good response time is just as important because if they don't respond, you can't build that relationship. And if they don't respond, you can't get anything done. And so for me, one of the biggest red flags a manufacturer can make is their lack of communication. And so as you're reaching out to manufacturers, I don't check this off personally because I'm not going to judge them based on Alibaba's thing. I'm going to judge them myself. So I am not going to click on this, but it is important to, as you're reaching out to suppliers, are they responding quickly? Do they understand what you're trying to say? Is their communication good? Is it bad? Do they take forever to respond? Do they take you seriously? And those are things for me that are so important when finding the perfect manufacturer. So this is where you're going to reach out to 3, 4, 5, maybe 10, and you'll be able to tell pretty quickly who's responding quickly, who understands what you want, who can do what you want, who has the best English, who can do what you need in a timely manner. And that is who majority of the time I'm going to be working with, because that response time and communication is so important. So that is another tip to look at as you're reaching out to the suppliers, is making sure that they have a good response time. Looking at the verified suppliers, you can do that. Trade assurance, absolute must. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is you can come over here and adjust it by the minimum order. I'm not going to worry about that too much, but if you have a smaller budget and you can't order 500 or 200 units, then you might have to do the minimum order a little bit less, but for the most part, you can negotiate with the supplier, so I'm not going to worry about that. The price, I'm not going to worry about that, but the next thing that you can worry about is the supplier region. And so I searched for the keyword and it says that there's suppliers in all these different places. So if you're looking for a specific place, you can actually find a supplier in Malaysia or in Taiwan or in Hong Kong or in China. And then depending on the product, it might be available in Mexico. It might be available in the US. And so what's kind of cool is a lot of times people think Alibaba and they just associate it to China, which in reality, yes, there are a lot of Chinese manufacturers and suppliers, but there are just as many outside of China than in China. And so you can find suppliers from other countries. So that is another thing that you can go and click on. And for me, I'm just trying to find the best supplier that has the best price, the best communication, and then build that long-term relationship. And if I can do that, then that's where I just create a lot more secure business, a better foundation. Because if you start with a rocky foundation, then it's going to be brutal as you start trying to scale. So you don't want that issue. And then the next thing is you can scroll down here and they have different management certifications, product certifications. So if you're selling a product that requires certain certifications, you're going to want to click on the ones that you need in order to sell that product. And so that is another thing that you can check on. And another thing is you can just ask them as as you're talking back and forth with them, and that's going to help you avoid issues down the road. And I've ran into this issue where I launched a product, I was selling it, and then 6 months later I needed certification to sell it and I didn't have it. And so that was my issue because I didn't do the vetting process properly on finding the best manufacturer. So that is another thing. And then the last tip that I want to give you guys with when it comes to finding great manufacturers is going and ordering a sample. Ordering a sample is going to make or break your business because a sample alone is going to tell me if the supplier can do what I need. Because as you order the sample, you're going to see their communication. You're going to see how quick they respond. You're going to see the price point. You're going to see how quickly they can manufacture and get that sample to you. And then once they send it to you, what kind of packaging is it in? Is it in good condition? Is it good quality? Is it poor quality? You're going to learn everything that you need to know of whether or not that product is going to be a winner. Is it going to be just a terrible quality, bad product, or is it going to be an awesome, just reliable, great product? And those samples will tell literally everything that I just broke down. So if you guys follow those steps, and if you do exactly what I just told you, make sure that you have great communication, make sure they respond well, make sure you get a sample, make sure you build that relationship, build that long-term cooperation with them, you guys will be able to crush it and have an amazing manufacturer that you can reach out to at any given moment. You can ask for help. I have suppliers that send me Christmas cards. I have suppliers that wish me happy birthday. They're always wishing me happy holidays on the different holidays. That is the type of relationship that you want to build, but you do want to vet them out. You want to check off all those boxes that I just explained. And if you do that, that will save you a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of money and mistakes just by following those simple criteria. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. And if you guys need additional help, you guys want me to hold your hand through the entire process where we will actually find a product for you, we will help you launch it, we will help verify it, we will help you with literally everything A to Z, click the link down below. You guys can fill out an application where you guys can schedule a free consultation, see if we're a good fit. If we are, great. If we're not, no worries. Take this information, use it, implement it. I hope you guys go out there and crush it. Again, subscribe, reach out to me on Instagram. I want to hear your guys' success stories. Drop it in the comments. Please show some support down below. And again, I just want to say thank you, and we will see you in the next video.